yo.
Let me tip.
Yeah. Anyway, here we are, once again, with everything. We're the duo that makes up birds and worms. Birds and worms, more commonly known as phoenixes. But anyway, we are here to make up stories about crazy badness. And only crazy badness. Don't we all love a crazy badness? Tell me a story about a crazy badness named Officer Surge. A crazy one, not a normal badness.
Like that?
Yes.
An epic tale.
In the quaint town of Verdant Haven, there lived a peculiar botanist named Officer. Oh God!
Hold on.
Hold on! No! Okay. Let's go back up. In the quaint town of Verdant Haven, there lived a peculiar botanist named Officer Surge. Hold on. Yes. Okay. Officer Surge. Unlike traditional law enforcement, Officer Surge's beat was the town's minor botanical garden, where he served as the guardian of all things green. One day, a mysterious plant epidemic struck, threatening the very heart of Verdant Haven. The green, the color green, determined to save his leafy companions. Officer Surge embarked on a botanical armed with the trusty pruning shears and encyclopedic knowledge of plants. Okay. Surge discovered an ancient horticultural prophecy that foretold the arrival of a savior who would revive the wilting flora. With newfound purpose, he traversed dense forests and towering mountains, encountering enchanted blooms and elusive herbal wizards. Yes! All along the way, he formed alliances with sentient shrubs and learned to sing about the synthesis from playful Oh! It was the secret of photosynthesis that it's carbon dioxide, water, and the sun.
Right?
That make up photosynthesis. What did they always think? That they grew with magic? Or is it that they grew with magic and not with carbon dioxide, water, and the sun?
Well, I mean, that's why there's herbal wizards.
As Surge delved deeper into the verdant mysteries, he faced treacherous challenges, including carnivorous plants and pollen storms. I feel bad for this man. However, his unusual determination in quirky botanic gadgets like the floral shield and the pollen purifier helped him overcome every single obstacle. Word of his quest spread, inspiring the citizens of Verdant Haven that joined voices in the battle against the botanical blight. In an epic showdown against the Lantha-playing Dogmaster, a villainous Botanomancer, Officer Surge released the full force of his botanical prowess. With a flourish of his brooding shields and the burst of chlorophyll. Surge defeated the malevolent mage, restoring balance in Verdant Haven. The once doomed plants flourished anew, their colors vibrant, their fragrances intoxicating. Verdant Haven celebrated Officer Surge as a hero, the crazy botanist who saved our town. In the brink of botanical catastrophe. From that day forward, Surge continued to patrol the town's gardens, ensuring harmony between humans and plants. Forever earning his title as an eccentric savior of Merlin Haven.
Oh my god.
What?
It used every chance it could to make
Puns.
puns. Botanomancer.
Botanomancer.
Describe to me what a botanomancer is.
Yes. A botanomancer is a mythical practitioner of a magical art that involves the manipulation and control of plants through arcane means. Combining elements of botany and traditional spellcasting, botanomancers draw upon the inherent magic found in the plant kingdom to achieve various effects. These practitioners possess a deep understanding of plant life, harnessing the energy and essence of flora to cast spells and create enchantments. Botanomancers can communicate with plants, sensing their needs and desires, and even coaxing them to perform extraordinary threats. They have the ability to accelerate or manipulate the growth, causing them to bloom intensely or twisted in fantastic shapes. Additionally, botanomancers may summon and command animated plant creatures to serve them, ranging from sentient vines to protective floral guardians. Their magic often revolves around the seasons, lunar cycles, and natural elements, allowing them to attune their spells to the rhythms of the natural world. Some botanomancers specialize in healing magic, utilizing the medicinal properties of plants to cure ailments, while others may focus on offensive spells, using the toxic or thorny nature of certain plants as weapons. A botanomancer's power is deeply intertwined with their connection to nature, and they may draw energy from the earth and sound to fuel their magical abilities. These practitioners are often found in secluded I thought it said seductive groves.
Seductive groves.
Enchanted gardens, or hidden arboreal sanctuaries where they commune with the plant spirits and deepen their understanding of the botanical arts.
Oh my god, it's really put some thought into this.
Yeah.
Alright, what else would you like to talk?
Let's talk about a crazy madness. A crazy pair of scissors.
Crazy pair of scissors?
Named Officer Surge.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy pair of scissors. Occulter Surge. Occultist Surge. That's right. The sentient pair of scissors is a part of a cult. Alright, let's wait. Okay. In the bustling city of Snipville. There's an extraordinary pair of scissors known as Officer Surge. Crafted by a whimsical artisan and imbued with a touch of enchantment, the scissors possess the personality all on their own. Okay. Officer Surge is the sisters and sisters? The scissors insisted on being called, had a penchant for trimming the extraordinary and cutting-edge crimes that plagued the city. One day, a notorious gang of paper bandits, led by the elusive Master Origami, emerged, wreaking havoc by holding important documents and intricate paper sculptures. If they're only folding them, shouldn't that be not that bad?
Right?
Unless it's like vandalism. The mayor of Snipville, desperate for a solution, called upon Officer Surge to unravel the paper-based chaos. The Covenant snip in a twirl, Officer Surge bringing to action, pursuing the mischievous origami villains through the city's maze-like streets. As Officer Surge chased the paper bandits, some scissors showcase their eccentric personality, occasionally breaking into spontaneous fits of laughter or engaging in lively banter with the city's residents. Okay.
Why would you do that?
News of this dynamic duo spread, and the citizens of Snipville found comfort in the unconventional but effective methods of officer search.
Okay.
The pursuit of master origami led officers to a hidden origami dojo. When a scissor hero faces showdown with the nefarious paper folding mastermind in a flurry of razor sharp precision, Officer Search outsnipped the origami gang. I thought it said the original gang. Dismantling their paper creations and stored order to Snipville. From that day forward, Officer Search became a legend, celebrated for their unique crime-fighting skills. The enchanted scissors continue to serve as the guardian of all things cuttable, ensuring that the citizens of Snipville can enjoy a world free from the artful mischief of paper bandits. Officer Surge's legacy lived on, a testament to the idea that even in a city filled with sharp edges, a pair of crazy scissors can chip away the chaos and create a tapestry of order.
Yeah.
Make a story about the censored soul named Officer Surge.
What?
The censored soul. Just kidding. Tell a story about a nose. Named a pot of gold. A pot of gold. But a nose named a pot of gold. Alright, let's wait.
I've already caught glimpses.
Okay. Once upon a time, I thought it said the extraordinary universe of Fragratonia. There lived a peculiar nose named a pot of gold. Like ordinary noses, a pot of gold possesses a magical ability. The power to discern the unique scent of treasure. This extraordinary nose had a golden hue, a shimmering aroma aficionado, renowned far and wide. News of a pot of gold. A victory of prowess reached the ears of Captain Aramara, a daring pirate known for seeking the most precious treasures. Intrigued by the tales of Golden Node's wonder, Captain Aramara embarked on a quest to enlist a pot of gold. More seafaring crew. A pot of gold. Reading atop the sentence summit.
The sentence summit.
Greeted Captain Aramara with a playful sniff and agreed to join our crew. Together, they exhaled the perfumed pearl, a ship known for its fragrant wake that left a trail of scented euphoria. Their journey led them to the mysterious Isle of Aromas, where the alluring scent of unfold riches filled the air. A pot of gold's nose tingled with as they delved into the lush foliage, unraveling the secrets of the aromatic island. The crew encountered perfume flowers that sparkled like jewels and exotic spices that emitted scents of unimaginable stenches. However, their quest took an unexpected turn when they encountered the elusive scent serpent. A creature with coiled exuded intoxicating fragrances. With a pot of gold leading the way, the crew cleverly navigated the serpent's lair, collecting rare aromas that were said to unlock the vault of the island's ultimate treasure. In the heart of the island, they discovered the Fragrance Vault, a chamber filled with an ethereal mist that held the essence of 1,000 scents. A pot of gold.
Oh my gosh.
No, I sniffed. I didn't find a valuable aroma. The legendary elixir of eternal. Yes, of eternal life. This mystical fragrance could grant the gift of everlasting life. Captain Aramara, grateful for a pot of gold's invaluable contribution, decided to retire from piracy.
Okay.
And transformed the perfumed pearl into a floating haven of aromas. A pot of gold! content with their newfound friends and aromatic adventures, continue to explore the wonders of Fragratonia. Forever knows the golden nose hero sets and so in the land where every breeze carried a tale about a gold snake lingered like the sweetest fragrance. A symbol of the magical possibilities hidden within the world of noses.
Yay!
For some reason, it'd be really funny if someone like actually was named a pot of gold and someone was like screaming, "A pot of gold!" Alright, let's talk about. Alright, let's tell a story about a pot of gold named a pot of gold. After this one, we'll go back to Crazy Botanist. Maybe the next one could be the Crazy Botanist finding a pot of gold named a pot of gold. Alright, I'm ready. In the enchanted realm of Luminaria, there exists a magical pot of gold named a pot of gold. This magical treasure with its shimmery surface and the faint melodious hum held in power to great wishes to those who discovered its whereabouts. Legends of a pot of gold spread far and wide, capturing the hearts and imaginations of adventurers across the land, and also a bunch of children. One day, a humble farmer named Officer Sarge faced adversity in her village, stumbled upon an ancient map that hinted at the location of a pot of gold. Fueled by hopes and dreams, she set on the quest to find a legendary pot of gold and prosperity to her community. Guided by the whisper of the wind and soft glow of a pot of gold's magical aura, Officer Surge traversed dense forests, crossed sparkling rivers, and climbed towering mountains. Along her journey, she encountered magical creatures, not for assistance and guidance, recognizing the purity of her intentions. As Officer Surge and Ashlyn approached the hidden glade that found this missing review of the map, she beheld the radiant glow of a pot of gold. The pot, nestled among the vibrant flowers, and surrounded by dancing fairies, emitted a warm and inviting light. The Officer Surge, overcome with gratitude, made a heartfelt wish for the abundance and prosperity to return to her village. For amazement, a pot of gold responded with a gentle and suddenly, the glade burst forth with the news of Officer Sergeant miraculous encounter with the pot of gold spread quickly, and soon the entire village rejoiced in newfound wealth and prosperity. As a gesture of gratitude, Officer Sarge turned to piracy.
Okay.
Hold on. What? There we go. My voice sounded weird for a moment. Anyway, alright. Officer Sarge said share the magic of a pot of gold with the world, aka pirating it. Transformed the hidden glade into a sanctuary where anyone with a pure heart could make a wish and receive the blessings of the pot of gold. The glade became a place of celebration, where people from all walks of life gathered to express their hopes and dreams. Hence the holiday Dia de los Muertos. A pot of gold contained its role as a bringer and joy and prosperity. Continue to enchant the hearts of those who believed in the magic of wishes. And so, in the heart of Luminaria, the legend of a pot of gold lived on, a testament to the transformative power of dreams and dreams and dreams. Yay. And cheese. Alright, tell a story about a crazy botanist who wears a wheeled. Why did I say wear? Who wears a giant pair of scissors. That weirds.
Builds what?
A giant pair of scissors. Schools.
Skeezors.
Skizzers. In the eccentric town of Flora Haven. Hold on. Oh no. In the eccentric town of Flora Haven, there lived a widely mentioned what does it mean? Professor Fiddleclaw.
Pedal claw.
And Officer Sarge. Renowned for his no wait, imaginative botanist named a pot of gold. Okay, you know what? Let me think of something. Steve.
Named Steve.
Named Steve. Renowned for his unconventional methods and peculiar inventions, Steve had a particular fondness for oversized gardening tools. His most prized possession was a colossal herb and scissors that towered over him.
Towered over him.
How does he even know that? One day, a mysterious floral phenomenon swept through Flora Haven, caused the town's plants to grow uncontrollably and threatened to engulf everything in their path. The townspeople, desperate for a solution, turned to Steve for help. Really? You gotta rely on someone named Steve. With a mischievous twinkle in his eye, Steve downed his goggles. Wait, downed? Dawned! I thought it was like downing his goggles like a drink, or no, I was like, what?
That's what I was thinking when you said it, and I didn't see it.
You know what? The professor downed his goggles and brandished his finest brandy, affectionately named Bloom Gleamer.
Bloom Gleamer.
No, wait, affectionately named a pot of gold. With each swing of a pot of gold, Steve pruned the unruly flora with precision and flair as he moved through the overgrown streets. The townspeople watched in awe and amusement as the towering scissors sliced through the vines and leaves with theatrical elegance. However, the source of the floral frenzy revealed itself. A mischievous plant sprite named Thistle Whisper, named Officer Surge, who would accidentally unleash an overgrowth spell. Instead of simply defeating the sprite, Steve, in his wisdom, decided to befriend Officer Surge and teach the sprite the art of controlled botanic enchantments. Together, the dynamic duo traveled through Flora Haven, weaving a tapestry of botanical wonders. Steve, with a pot of gold in hand, and and the other one, now reformed plant conjurer, worked harmoniously to maintain the perfect balance between nature's chaos and order. Word of Steve's unique approach to Steve.
Alright.
Spread far and wide, attracted fellow Steve from this land. Flora Haven became a hub of botanical Steve.
Oh my gosh.
and Steve's giant scissors became a symbol of Steve. And so, in the heart of Flora Haven, the crazy botanist, the giant pair of scissors, continued to cultivate his garden of fantastical Steves, proving that sometimes, to tame the wild side of Steve, all you need was a touch of eccentricity and a pair of Steves that defied Steve. Tell us about a Steve named Steve. Steveville. From Steveville. Steveville. Once upon a time, in the charming town of Steveville, there lived an ordinary man with an extraordinary name, Steve. Alright, Steve. In Steveville, where every artist they born in Italy. This particular Steve, but this name was Steve. Dude, this thing was one of those. When invented for inventing quirky gadgets, all of them named Steve. It's a whole workshop. That's all it is. Steve Avenue was a haven for peculiar contraptions and ranged from self-buttering toasters to motorized shoelace ties. One day, an eccentric inventors competition was announced in Steveville, and Steve from Steveville. It's like saying Jake from State Farm.
I know.
And Jake from State Farm in the song. It's the perfect opportunity to showcase his adventures. Undeterred but defiant, the every contestant was named Steve. He entered the competition. His latest creation, a device that translates the language of cats into human speech.
What?
As the competition unfolded, Steve from Steveville marveled at the ingenious creations of his fellow Steves. From rocket-powered bicycles to self-stirring soup spoons. Yeah, when it was his turn to present, the audience erupted in laughter at the mere idea of a cat translator. Undeterred, Steve from Steveville activated his invention. In turn, with surprise, the room filled with the melodious voice of a cat named Steve.
Right? Why wasn't the cat named Steve?
Everyone's named Steve! Why is the cat named differently? That's not acceptable. We're changing his name to Steve. The feline eloquently expressed his thoughts on the weather, his favorite nap spots, and even offered a rebellion on humankind. The crowd was captivated, especially by the fact that it wants to plan a rebellion against humans. Named Steve. In a twist of fate, the mayor of Steveville, who also named Steve, declared Steve from Steveville the winner. Not just for his invention, but for bringing a new level of eccentricity to the town. From that day forward, Steve from Steveville became a local legend, known for his whimsical gadgets and the ability to understand and profound musings of Steve's. The town embraced its unique identity, celebrating the diversity of Steves and the quirks that made Steveville truly one of a kind, and so in the heart of Steveville, where every street sign proudly proclaimed Steve. Steve from Steveville, dreamed to dream. Fantastical inventions, leaving an indelible mark on the town that cherished its Steves and their extraordinary stories, aka Steves. That's a lot of Steves.
I know.
Vacation to Steveville win.
Right? Plan me a vacation in Steveville.
Wait, before you do it, I wanna
Alright, go ahead.
take a sip. Watch it just be like, alright.
Watch it be a real play.
Watch it just be, oh my god. Destination Steveville, duration 6 days and 4 nights.
Oh my god. The cat translator experience.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Hold on. Let's, hold on. I wanna read the first.
Okay, you wanna go to the top?
Okay, welcome to Steveville. Arrive in Steveville and check into the whimsically named Steve Sweets. Charming bed and breakfast. Numbers unique Steve-themed decor. Spend the afternoon learning Viper Street to Steveville for the Steve Street, Steve Avenue to get Okay, drive. Enjoy dinner at Steve's Diner. A local favorite serving comfort food with a Steveville twist. They're all named Steve! We got Steve Soup, Steve Ice Cream, Steve Burgers. Steve Burger. Inventive Adventures. Begin your day with a visit to the Steveville Adventures Museum, showcasing the wackiest adventures by various Steves throughout history. Participate in a hands-on workshop at Steve's Workshop Hub, where you can create your own quirky gadgets under the guise of a local inventor named Steve. Take a leisurely stroll through Innovation Park, Steve Park, an outdoor space adorned with sculptures of various inventors named Steve.
Okay.
Alright, the catchline later. Visit Whisker Haven. Wait, that's actually a real thing. Anyway, a cat cafe where you can interact with resident felines. His weird note catchlines later from Steve himself. As they planned a rebellion against humankind, specifically all Steves. Enjoy a picnic in the perfect park. A tranquil green space filled with green cat-themed sculptures and decorations. Everything is green there. Even you are gonna turn green. Day 4. Culinary exploration. Embark on a culinary... Oh, right. In the evening, attend a live performance at Music Hall, featuring local talents and perhaps a surprise appearance by a musically inclined cat named Steve. Embark on a culinary adventure by sampling unique dishes at Steve's Culinary Corner. Don't miss the famous Steve surprise. A dish that changes daily based on the chef's whims.
Okay.
By the way, the chef's name's Steve. Did I tell you the chef's name's Steve? Join a cooking class to learn how to prepare a signature Steveville dish. The class includes a visit to the local market, named Steve's Local Market, to pick up fresh ingredients, which is also called Steve's Apples, Steve's Bananas, Steve's Nuts.
Steve's
In the evening, dine at Gourmet Steve's, a fine dining restaurant where chefs experiment with inventive flavors and presentations. Oh, did I tell you that every single one of the chefs is named Steve? Day 6. No, wait, day 6. For all the Steveville. You don't do anything on day 5.
We rest on day 5.
Yeah, we get sick on day 5. Everyone always gets sick on day 5. Anyway, visit the Steve Art Gallery to appreciate the diverse artistic talents of Steveville's residents. Take a scenic hike to Mount Steve View. What about Mount Steve Moore? For panoramic views of Steveville and its surroundings, before departure, pack up unique souvenirs to the Steve Boutique, offering a curated selection of Steve-themed merchandise. Note, throughout your stay, keep an eye out for spontaneous town events and gatherings, as Steveville is known for its friendly and communal atmosphere. Enjoy your stay in this one-of-a-kind town! Steveville. Oh my god. My throat just doesn't want to clear. Anyway. How about, Jake from State Farm.
Tell me a story about an epic battle between Steve from Steveville and Jake from State Farm.
Yeah. That's genius. Jake from the State Farm. Watch, they don't even know who Jake from State Farm is.
Jake with his keys.
No. He also has a red polo shirt.
Red polo shirt.
And that said red polo skirt. Alright, in the quaint town of Steveville, where every resident proudly bore the name Steve, there exists an unassuming hero named Steve from Steveville. Steve is known for his inventive genius and quirky gadgets that brought joy to town. However, a mysterious newcomer named Jake from State Farm disrupting the town's harmonious Steve-centric existence. Oh no.
You have to be named Steve.
You have to be named, and we'll call him Steve from State Farm. You gotta change your name to live in Steveville. Jake, with his khakis and a red polo skirt, quickly gained attention as an outsider. His presence stirred curiosity and, in some quarters, apprehension. The clash between the established Steves and the enigmatic Jake escalated, leading to a battle for the soul of Steveville. When the tension reached its peak when Jake, known for his insurance expertise, suggested a radical idea to modernize Steveville's infrastructure. The Steves, deeply attached to their traditions, resisted the change. This feud escalated from neck and battle to between Steve from Steveville and Jake from Steveville. The townspeople yelled at Central Square, create the makeshift area for the collection of contrasting titans. Steve, armed with an arsenal of whimsical, faced off against Jake, who revealed surprising skills in corporate kung fu and insurance jiu-jitsu. The battle unfolded, gadgets clash for gadgets. Strategic insurance maneuvers. Steve deployed his gadget gauntlet. A wrist mounting attachment and assortment of gadgetry, while Jake skillfully deployed it with a clipboard shield and counter with policy precision. As with a calculated move that left his opponents bewildered. Just when it seemed like Steveville's main hung in the balance, a wise elder named Old Steve stepped forward. What if the wiggle in his eye? Old Steve promoted the compromise. Then merged the town to rich traditions with Jake's innovative ideas. The revelation sparked a collaborative spirit, and once adversarial forces joined hands to create a harmonious fusion of old and new. In the end, Steveville flourished with a blend of Steve charm. Hold on. In the practical solution brought by Jake from State Farm, the town became a symbol of unity, showing that even in the face of adversity, collaboration can lead to extraordinary outcomes. As for Steve from Steveville and Jake from State Farm, they became unlikely friends, sharing stories of laughter at the newly established Steve and Jake Cafe. Where the menu featured both traditional and modern delights. And so, in the heart of Steveville, the tale of the epic battle between Steve and Jake transformed into a legendary story of collaboration, friendship, and the magic of friendship. Wow, what an epic battle! Let's learn about Jake from State Farm's backstory.
State Farm. How did I spell it?
I think you put it together. Not sure either way, don't know who you're talking about.
Let's make it tragic.
Tragic! Why is he so obsessed with his ideas? Huh?
Wait, what?
You're beyond me, what? Goodhaven! Wait, what? Okay. In the quiet town of Goodhaven, Jake was once an ordinary guy, known for his friendly demeanor and a genuine desire to help others. He worked as a diligent insurance agent at State Farm, handling policy with care and empathy. However, beneath his affable exterior, Jake carried a tragic backstory that fueled his commitments, aiding those in need. Years before he read I'm gonna guess this backstory is told before he went to Steveville.
I guess so.
Or maybe his trip to Steveville is his tragic backstory. Jake experienced a devastating personal loss. His family, lived in a small town, fell into a catastrophic event that left Jake orphaned and grappling with profound degree. Oh no! The tragedy prompted Jake to reassess his life and embark on a journey to find purpose amid the wreckage of his past. Driven by a desire to prevent others from to prevent others from enduring the pain he experienced, Jake immersed himself in the world of insurance. He saw it not as a job, but a means to shield the families from unexpected hardships and provide a safety a safety net during challenging times. Jake's commitment to his work became a way of honoring the memory of his family and finding solace in helping others navigate the unpredictable nature of life. And truth. As Jake from Steve arrived in Good Haven, he carried the weight of his past, using a driving force to connect with people with a deeper level. His dedication to prove assurance and support stemmed from an intimate understanding of loss and the profound impact it had on individuals and families. The townspeople, unaware of Jake's tragic backstory, simply saw him as the affable guy from State Farm who always wore khakis. Khakis.
More cakies.
Little did they know, behind the familiar catchphrase and friendly smile was a man who had known sorrow intimately and had turned that pain into a mission to bring comfort to others. Jake's tragic past remained a well-guarded secret, a silent force propelling him to be the compassionate insurance agent he became known for. He continued to assist the residents of Good Haven. Jake found a sense of purpose and fulfillment in helping others protect what mattered most. A journey.
Okay.
A journey. That's what matters most. A journey. Alright. Now that we know Jake's tragic backstory of him being in Good Haven and before Good Haven, before going to Steveville. Let's think. Let's talk. Alright. Let's do a story about a very, very bad scientist named a pot of gold. What's it instead of like being like mad like crazy, it's just crazy. A very angry scientist.
Just really angry.
Really angry. If bring him dinner, he'll beat you to a pulp.
Like that?
Yeah. In the shadowy outskirts of the scientific world, there exists a lab shrouded in mystery and chaos, and at the helm of a very, very bad scientist named a pot of gold, renowned for the brilliant biodescentric experiments on humans. A pot of gold had a reputation that showed fear to the hearts of even the most daring researchers. One day, driven by his insatiable desire for power and recognition, a pot of gold concocted a diabolical plan to create a serum that could grant them unparalleled intelligence. The lab echoed with maniacal laughter.
Oh my gosh.
And the pot of gold, surrounded by bubbling beakers and sparkling Tesla coils, feverishly mixed volatile chemicals in pursuit of the elusive elixir. The experiment, however, took an unexpected turn. The concoction fused with the mysterious golden substance didn't just enhance intelligence, but also amplified a pot of gold's emotions to extremes. The once mad scientist became truly mad with a penchant for chaos and destruction. I was right! I was right! A pot of gold, now consumed by megalomania, unleashed a horde of mutant lab assistants upon the unsuspecting city! The creatures wreaked havoc, causing panic among the citizens as the mad scientists reveled in the chaos. The city was in dire need of a hero to stop a pot of gold rampage. Enter Dr. Olivia Silver.
Olivia Silver?
Silver, a brilliant scientist and a pot of gold's former colleague. He recognized the signs of her old friend's descent into madness. However, their intelligence and intellect and a sense of duty, Dr. Surge devised an antidote to neutralize. No, wait, Dr. Jake. Jake would State Farm. Devised an antidote to neutralize the effects of the golden serum. The fate of the city rested on her shoulders. His shoulders. In a climatic showdown, Dr. Jake from State Farm confronted a pot of gold in the heart of the chaotic laboratory. Air cackled with laughter.
Oh my gosh.
And the two scientists engaged in a battle of wits and intellect. Dr. Jake from State Farm with a syringe filled with the antidote dodged demoniacal laughter and leaped by a pot of gold.
Oh my gosh.
As the final confrontation reached its peak, Dr. Jake from State Farm managed to inject a pot of gold with the antidote. The golden glow engulfed the bed. Scientists began to fade, and sanity returned. Somehow. A pot of gold, now free from the grips of madness, looked around at the chaos they had caused in a mix of remorse and realization. This is what they were meant to be all along, even without the maniacal laughter. They just continue being a villain. In the afternoon, the aftermath, a pot of gold, humbled by the consequences and directions, joined forces with Dr. Jake from State Farm to undo the damage inflicted on the city. Together, they used their scientific prowess to reverse the mutations and restore zombies.
Alright, let's restore the zombies.
Woo! The pot of gold, what's the embodiment of madness? Became a symbol of redemption and unpredictable consequences of tampering with the boundaries of science. The city, scarred but resilient, learned a valuable lesson. Madness.
About madness.
About Magnus and madness. Alright, tell a story about the definition of madness named Magnus.
Tell a story about a definition?
Yes. Magnus.
Like this?
Yes. Like Magnus, Magnus McGilded.
Alright. Was this it?
Yes. Let's see what happens.
It's not gonna.
The Quaint Village named between rolling hills. That's a valley.
Oh my gosh.
Ah!
This is a long one.
Okay, in the Quaint Village nestled between rolling hills, that's a valley. There lives a enigmatic figure known as Madness. His reputation was not built on feats, heroism, or great accomplishments, rather a peculiar perspective, as he held about the very nature of madness.
Okay.
Madness, a philosopher of sorts, wandered the cobbled streets, engaged in deep conversations with anyone willing to listen. His theory on madness was unconventional, since that madness is a state of chaos, rather unique in a dimension of the mind waiting to explore.
Okay.
Oh, then let's all just go mad and see what happens.
Let's explore madness.
As Magnus shared his ideas, and the villagers' skepticism and curiosity spread in equal measure. People.
Poops.
I misread that. People began to question their preconceived notions of madness, wondering perhaps there was more to it than society had led them to believe. One day, an artist named Arnold approached Magnus. Tormented by creative art block and the fear of societal judgment, Arnold saw answers in Magnus' perspective on madness. Why? Who knows? Magnus, with a gleam in his eye, proposed a journey into the uncharted territory of Arnold's mind, a realm where imagination and inspiration collided without the constraints of inconvenience. Together, they embarked on a surreal expedition, delving into the recesses of Arnold's consciousness. The journey was a kaleidoscope.
Oh my gosh.
Magnus, with his wisdom, guided Arnold through the maze of his own mind, encouraging her to embrace the chaotic beauty within. Within of the kaleidoscope that is her mind. As Arnold emerged from the exploration, she carried with her a newfound understanding of madness' definition of madness. Madnessville, The villagers, initially skeptical, with this Arnold's transformed art, a vibrant reflection of madness. Alright, a vibrant definition of magic. Magnus, why? Words of Magnus's unique perspectives spread upon the village, reaching the ears of scholars and seekers of enlightenment. Magnus became a beacon for those willing to challenge the conventional boundaries of thought. In the end, Magnus's legacy was not one of grand conquests or tangible achievements. Instead, he lived had a profound impact on the understanding of Magnus. Forever altering the way people perceive the uncharted territories of the human mind. And so, in the annals of the name Magnus became synonymous with the courageous exploration, the unconventional liberation found with the seemingly chaotic fun of the human psyche. What just happened?
That was a long sentence. Can you please stop using long
Stop using long sentences. Tell me a story without long sentences. Tom, a shy cat, found a magical seed, planted it, and a rainbow garden sprouted. Townsfolk, amazed, joined Tom's rainbow club. Every day, colors bloomed, laughter echoed, rainy days brought vibrant hues. Tom's God. Tom is God. And joy filled haven, shared by all. Happiness grew in tiny seeds.
Okay.
Tell us more about Crazy Botanist. The Crazy Botanist, known as Blue.
Okay.
The Crazy Botanist, known as Officer Surge, lived in a corgi cottage covered in cottage cheese.
Oh my gosh.
With wild hair and mismatched socks.
What?
Officer Surge spent days concocting peculiar potions. The town, amused by their suspiciously, dubbed them the Alchemist. Steve's garden. A living tapestry of neon blossoms and talking shoes. Became a local wonder. From singing diaries to fire spewing suns. Diaries. Arnold's inventions. Delighted and bewildered, the townsfolk, driven by indeed chaos, gathered in the garden for death. Despite the definition of madness, Magnus' botanical wonders brought joy and a touch of whimsy to the everyday rhythm of the rhythm.
Yay!
Yeah. Alright, one more story.
Okay.
Tell us a story about a giant pair of scissors named oh.
Like that?
Oh, yes.
Just making sure I spelled everything right.
Alright, in the bustling city of Sniffville, there existed a giant pair of scissors. Peculiar name. This massive cutting contraption, standing tall and imposing, gained a reputation for its grumpy demeanor and no-nonsense approach to trimming. It even trimmed pairs of scissors.
Oh no, they started mispelling.
Oog, as the locals affectionately called it, belonged to Grizzle. Belonged to Officer Surge, a cantankerous yet skilled crazy botanist. Snip and Stitch! Officer Officer Surge's gardening botanist shop, Snip and Stitch, was renowned for creating the most precise and fashionable gardens in the city. Whoa! With his razor sharp blades and colossal handles, was Officer Surge. One day, it was an mischievous gang of the fabric thieves, known as the Thread Bandits, began terrorizing Snipville. They snatched rolls of milk, spoils of thread, and even the futons, leaving chaos in their wake. The townspeople, desperate for a hero, turned to and a determined scowl, and set out to confront the Thread Bandits. The giant scissors swung through the air. Snip, snip, snip. The showdown between the Thread Bandits began to solve a legend. The giant scissors, when it scrubbed, I just now going through the streets, chased the thieves into the fabric-lined alleyways. With each ship, reclaim stolen materials, unraveling the Thread Bandits' ill-gotten games. In the end, the Thread Bandits, defeated and entangled in their own mind.
Oh my god, Magnus comes out.
Magnus? Surrendered to the unstoppable force of with a triumphant grin, reclaimed the stolen fabrics and returned them to the grateful townspeople. Oog! This way's gruff exterior became beloved. It's so in the heart of Snipville. The legend of the giant scissors named lived on. Wait, I didn't read that. A symbol of justice, and the gruff that lived on in everyone's hearts. Even the children. Even the children exclaim, to this day. Yeah. Those are all the stories. I hope you enjoyed Popeye Beach Volleyball.
Tell us a story about Popeye's beach volleyball.
Yeah, okay, okay, you know what? This is the last one. Why didn't we think about this sooner? Tell a story about Popeye's Beach Volleyball. One sunny day in the coastal town of Spinachville.
Alright.
Popeye the sailor!
They had to stop for a second.
They were thinking. It was Spinachville. Popeye the sailor decided it was time for a break from his usual Spinach-fueled adventures. To everyone's surprise, it announced the beach volleyball tournament in the golden shores of Spinach Beach. Popeye, wearing his iconic sailor outfit and sporting his anchor tattoo, began the tournament's charismatic host and star player, Olive Oil. Joined him on the sand, ready to showcase their volleyball prowess. Test residents excited about the unexpected event, formed teams, and gathered on the beach to cheer for their favorite players. As the tournament kicked on, Popeye's bonding month. His spinach-powered energy gave him a clear advantage. I thought he wanted to break from his spinach-fueled adventures. Why is he eating more spinach?
Stop with the spinach consumption.
It's like it specifically said spinach-fueled adventures. So that would mean he stopped eating spinach, right? But anyway, his powerful serves and thunderous spikes, I thought it said thunder strikes, left the opposing teams in awe. Olive Oil gracefully navigated the sand, surprising everyone with her agility and strategic place.
Olive Oil?
Where's Bluto? Oh, there he is! The beach echoed with laughter after a cheers as the tournament progressed, Pluto, Popeye's perennial rival, formed a formidable team with the Sea Hag. Create a fish, showed down the sandy cart. The matches were intense, filled with incredible saves, daring dives, and the occasional unnecessary spinach field burst of strength. Try to dash for excitement. Wimpy. The town's hamburger-loving character set up a makeshift beachside cafe, offering his famous burgers and refreshments to the spectators. Do you watch this be the actual plot of Popeye's Beach Volleyball?
I bet it is. The Sea Hags.
They just like went to Wikipedia and like got the basic summary there.
That's what I was thinking.
Alright. Where did I leave off? Alright, for freshers and spectators, the aroma of grilled burgers waited through the air as the volleyball action continued. I almost said softball. In a final match, Popeye and Olive Oil faced up against Pluto with the Sea Hog. The tension was palpable as the teams volleyed back and forth, each point bringing them closer to victory. In the thrilling finale, Popeye, fueled by another can of spinach, it's his 27th one today.
Oh my god.
Delivered a powerful spike and secured the win for him and Olive Oil. The beach erupted in cheers. This is Popeye, Olive Oil, and the entire spinach reel community celebrating the success of the impromptu beach volleyball tournament. The event became an annual tradition, rejoining camaraderie to the coastal town, and so on the shores of Spinach Beach, the legend of Popeye's Beach Volleyball prowess lived on. A testament to the enduring spirit of fun in Spinachville. What the heck?
Yay!
Yay! Well, okay, that's the true. Thanks for watching this. Read stories about crazy botanists, Steveville, Jake from State Farm, and Popeye Beach Volleyball. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later on this Thacky Thursday.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.